Storytelling Ron, and I'm here to talk about Storm King's Thunder. There's a lot of dragons in here. No, giants. No, wait, dragons! There's a lot of dragons in here. Let's get to it. Okay, as you can see here, I'm going to be looking over there at my file, my InDesign file. As you can see, there's a lot of dragons in Storm King's Thunder. And this, I'm kind of I'm bummer. I'm already at like episode 36, 38 of Storm King's Thunder, and I've gone through all the giants. We're at fire giants now. That's right. I'm doing the ordening. Going up the scale. And the conch, if you look at my other stuff, the conches, go to the next giant. That's how they find them. Okay, or blah, blah, blah. So, but, and I've been including these dragons in the story. And what I've been realizing too, and they're a lot of fun. The good ones, like this, there's some silly encounters, some scary encounters. I did Clouth in, I did, a bunch of these, and I'll go through them. But I realized I really, really should have, and they should have put in the material. They really should have made this chart of the dragons, because this is Dungeons and Dragons. Dungeons and Dragons, and I love that they put dragons in here. That is so cool, and the dragons are all pretty cool and funny and or scary. And awesome. And their first encounter with the white dragons was their worst ever. Like they kind of like were beating everything. Hill giants, stone giants, a little tough, little one guy goes down, death save. But but their first real, like half the party was down, was a adult white dragon, Isendraug in the Frost Giants. And that was awesome. But what I realized is that we all, you as a DM and me, we should have known about all these dragons at the get-go. Why? Because some of them have a continuation storyline, which I really wish I would have known more about. I just didn't put two and two together. When you read the whole thing, you sort of forget, different parts as you're going through. So, let me go through this and explain to you how you can, hopefully you haven't already done, hopefully you're thinking about playing D, and this is another avenue that can help you really build the story around Storm King's Thunder when you do it. Or just think about this for any other campaign too, especially when you include dragons, because they're a lot of fun. And they really can be a part of the story. And I have it in another campaign. I don't think my daughter's going to watch this, but she doesn't know. But one of her main NPCs and she doesn't know. Better not. Anyway. And it's cool. Because she's like, why does he keep disappearing? Oh, and look, there's a cool dragon. Where's that guy wizard? And she hasn't. It's so awesome. Anyway, so check this out. Let's go through this. All right. So I got to go look over here. It's kind of weird for me, but for you guys on YouTube, but I got to look over here. All right. So I'm going to go in order of the book because I typed all this out, and feel free to copy this. I'm going to do a little commercial here. I'm going to put this on my Patreon. If you could support me there, I really could use the support. And I really want to do this more and full time-ish. I think a lot of you guys understand that. So if you want to support me there, I really appreciate it. I'm going to put this on there, but feel free to, again, like I say, typing something out as you as a DM is really good for you because it really gets you part of the psyche of what you're doing. So I even recommend that. If you want to support me on the Patreon, it's fine. You can pause this and type this out. That'd be cool too. And it was a lot of fun for me to talk about. It took me a little while, but it was fun. It was really interesting. So Clarion. So let's start with Clarion. Clarion is an adult male silver dragon, and Clarion is up there with. I'm gonna switch it to right now just because I'm so cool this way. So Clarion is up here. You can see, with the dwarves, and he's the one that drops off the dwarves, the guardians for Lord's Alliance, onto the tower of Zephyros, the cloud giant, and and then he kind of chills and lets them do their thing, and that's a kind of a cool, adult male silver dragon, and he's doing it as a favor to Queen Waybeard or Dagnabbit Waybeard, who I actually have her in the story. Of Mithril Hall, and that's where I put the my Megara the Dawn Titan Megara got stolen from because it's a little closer, and then it goes to Iron's Log anyway. So, but I haven't used Clarion, but I'm just telling you, Clarion's kind of interesting because he obviously must be roaming around with the dwarves because there's a whole bunch of dwarven locations here. I'm guessing he probably turns into a dwarf, and works. I'm sure the Lords Alliance and the Lords of the Dwarves probably know who Clarion is. Maybe the rest don't. And I'm sure he probably does some stuff in there. So if you as a DM, Clarion is going to be could be a very interesting sort of NPC like dwarf, disguised as a dwarf lord or a dwarf guardian or dwarf warrior that might maybe join in and help them or encounters them or rescues them once in a while, and then boom, he's he's Clarion. At some point, you can do that reveal. So that's kind of interesting, guy. Okay, You know what? I'm going to skip Zara. No, I'll just go with Zara. Okay. Zara, or Zirazaliam, is in two mentions. Chapter 2, Rumblings in Golden Fields, quest page 51. And Chapter 3, The Savage Frontier under Daggerford. Now, this is going to get interesting. I'm already giving you guys the climax. Anyway, whatever. So she's a half-elf rogue. She's in the Black Network's payroll. Now, female bronze dragons are generally good, so I'm thinking why is she with the Black Network? Black Network's generally evil. Not necessarily, but generally. I'm thinking she thinks, maybe Black Network is for the little man, like hires the little man, protects the little man, because all the mercenaries, they're not like the royalty and and the high lords. They're more the little man, rogues and thieves, and obviously got their dark side, but then maybe they got the side where they kind of help out, community organizer side. So I'm thinking maybe she thinks she's doing good that way, and she hangs out at the Happy Cow in Daggerford. She can grant them a mark of prestige, I guess, for the Black Network, that they could, if she likes them. But it never really says in there like gives them a quest or anything. She's at the end of a quest of Black Network tests, but she never actually does anything. So for them, except that maybe she likes them. And I haven't played her because I just didn't know about this, as of all the things you got to remember in Storm King's Thunder. And I never put the 2 and 2 together. But now that I'm going through, I putting some stuff together. And this is just so you guys, hey, check this out. Remember this. So she has a strong tie in. So there's this in the Daggerford listing in Chapter 3. There's kind of an interesting thing about the succubus taking on the identity of the Duchess, and then she hides the family in the Lizard Marsh. And then she's trying to act benevolent because the Hill Giants are coming, sort of attacking, by hiring the Black Network to protect people as they're fleeing, refugees or whatever. And what's kind of funny is it's in a different tavern that she works, but Zara's in another tavern. So whatever. But anyway. All right, what's the deal with Zyra? You know what? Hold that thought. I'm going to come back to it. This is very fascinating. Oh, please, you will. I'm going to say the climax now that I realize I can. Here we go. Don't worry, I'll come back to her. Israel, the Silver Dragon Wormling. So that Israel is, now this one's weird. This is done by a quest after Golden Fields. Then one of the, Dracthala? Yeah, Naxine Dracthala. Well, I did have it in ours. But she gives the party a quest, which I didn't do any of these quests. I just it's all about giants for me. But she did this weird quest where she thinks that they can get summon the dragons to fight the giants. And so, of course, the Lord's Alliance says, no, that's not a good idea. She's a part of the Lord's Alliance, but she's obviously lower, assigned to bring Golden Fields. But so she thinks that, we should find out more about the dragons and get them to join to fight, stop these giants. So she wants them to go see Childslith, the chaotic neutral mage in Waterdeep. Chaotic neutral mage, hello. She wants him to go see them. He's the one that then mentions going to see the ancient green dragon in the forest, and I'll get to the old Gnawbone in the list here. But that was kind of weird. But then he has a pet dragon, Izorl, the Silver Dragon Wormling. So there's a few dragon wormlings throughout here that I'll mention, but they're not really that much. But I just wanted to include this because Chazlouth then leads them to the ancient green dragon, which is kind of weird. Kind of a weird quest because it's not, it's like go to him, go to then you go to the green dragon, and then there's no maps, there's no nothing about the green dragon except the info, the little quest things, and I tend to avoid those when I DM'd, and for new DMs, Storm King's Thunder and a lot of these campaigns are kind of sad that way, or bummer that way, that they just kind of leave you with a bunch of ideas, but then they don't really flesh it out. Whatever. Anyway, all right. We'll get to Old Gnawbone, but that's a weird little thing there with that little silver wormling. But whatever, and it's a pet. I don't know. Can't really do much with that one. It's just a mention. All right, let's get to my coffee. Let's get to Vexilantas. I used Vexilantas in mine. That was a fun one. He's by the Hill Giants, flying around, goofing off. He obviously knows what the Hill Giants are doing. He's fearful and all that. Am I still recording? Yeah. Okay. So he's willing to be paid 500 gold. You can see it up here. Can you see that 500 gold here? To escort them to for safety. But it tells them about the old tower and the hill giant that's residing there. And if it's in my campaign, I did it a little differently. The old tower that is a woman, one of the wives that was kicked out, and she's angry and wants to go. Oh, that is the story. But she actually wants to help them go fight the hill giant Goo. But whatever. Okay, I call her Gru. But anyway, because she grew. Anyway, so he was fun. I made him silly, a little kind of like a puppy dog, kind of, and talk to them, and they were all freaked out when I had him fly in and stuff. And oh my gosh, he is. Oh, I forgot my artwork. Dang it. I'm gonna just skip it. Here. You know what? I'm gonna throw this on real quick. There's my little guy. You can see that. Yep. That's I forgot to put this in here, but that's him. I made him his little he's my little token. Where is he down here on the map? I'm sorry. I forgot to mention that Zyra is down here at Daggerford, so that's interesting. He is right here, Vexilantas. He's at or Vexi, I called him. He was by the Hill Giants here. Okay. Let me, who else am I going to? Vexilantas is whatever. All right, I'll get to the next one in a minute. Is this guy done? Yeah. Okay, so let me get back. So that was fun. I used him, and it was a fun little encounter. And they tried to pay him, like they didn't really pay him very much money, or didn't offer much. It was kind of insulting. So he just left them. Okay, the next ones. These ones, whoa, big time. This is like when I read this, I was like, holy moly, how did I let this? I just didn't. Oh my gosh, this is serious. This is way serious. Annister and Chazaran are siblings, and they're the offspring of Imrath. Imrath, the main protagonist or villain or whatever. They're the offspring, and I'm like, holy moly, what? How? And then when you read the finale, right? The finale. At least I read through the finale. I might have read it or forgotten it, but I don't see. I'm gonna pause this and make sure. Let me double check this, and I'm gonna pause this, and I'll get right back. Okay, they're the Annister and Chazaran are the offspring of Imrath, and they're very close to her. Look on the map. Look on the map. Boom. There's Askar, and Imrath is right above. I think I covered her. Imrath's lair is right around there somewhere. These guys are adult ancient blue dragons who mess around with each other and just blah, blah, blah. And they're just sitting there. Oh, shoot, the mailman. Hold on. Okay, that was the mailman. Sorry, I just got me. Oh, a little commercial here. This is the author's copy. I got to read it. Alfred in the Great City Realm of Telestein. Volume 5. Look at that, huh? See, I write. So I write stories. 2 editors. Big stuff, okay? If you want to check it out on Amazon, I'll put a link. This is volume 5, so starts at. It's like a Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings. Very epic stuff. And this is book 5. Pretty cool, huh? Oh yeah. Okay, so I just got this in the mail. All right, I'm gonna read through those. Okay, it's gonna be fun with my wife. Okay. All right, so boom, Anastar. Oh my gosh, this is like mind blowing, and I was totally having a struggle with Imrath. The finale, like how many in the finale? They got the gargoyles, they got the Wanti in there. It's kind of weird to me, the Wanti. I mean, I may or may not use them. But imagine 2 more adult blue dragons. Boom. My characters are I'm doing the kind of high fantasy with a lot of magic. Like they're getting a lot of powers. And they're just crunching through these giants. And it's fun, but man, I am like, whoa, ancient blue and 2 adult blue. This is gonna be epic. I'm gonna do it, man. I'm gonna draw these guys out too, the miniatures. I haven't drawn them out yet. But I'm gonna draw them out, and it's gonna be epic. Oh, and I didn't forget about my silver. Let me get this guy. Here's my silver dragon, my little silver token dude. Yeah. Okay. Let me just. I'm just making these as my little. This is my little dragon map. Silver dude. Make it a little bigger. And I'm gonna do another one because there's one down here, but I'll talk about that one in a sec. But man, I am going to do it. I am going to be so mean and crazy and probably add those her offspring are going to come to her rescue. It's going to be epic because they're going to have the party of 6. They're going to be summoning demons and conjuring animals and all kinds of stuff to fight with them. They're going to have storm giants. I'm going to have Harshnag, Return of Harshnag. I'm coming with you guys. Yeah. I might have a cloud giant if they get along with the cloud giants. I don't know. Maybe a fire giant, but I doubt it. But I'm just, they're going to have like enough, I probably give each of them a storm giant, as well. So this is going to be epic. And so they got to deal with, this is going to be epic. They're going to fight 3, an ancient blue, and 2 adult. Because it's right. They're right there. They're right there. It makes perfect sense. I mean, right? It's right. They're right there. It's awesome. It's epic. oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I didn't even, you know, and it doesn't say it in there. It doesn't mention, it mentions him in the Savage Frontier, and that's it. And it is kind of fascinating, actually. This is kind of a big epic thing. I mean, I wonder if anyone's done, this could be a whole module campaign in itself, this section right here, man. But anyway, so there's that. Okay, so Celexia, the young female brass dragon, she is in the Savage Frontier, or in the Grey Vale, near Stone Giants. Right. So I played her. She was fun too. I kind of played her like a cat, and she knew of, because she's near right there. She's near where Vexil is. So I almost played it like maybe she knew him, and like, oh yeah, he's such a rude little, you know what I mean? So it's just kind of funny. I made her no Vexi and whatever. He's annoying, you know, like two like rival siblings or boyfriend girlfriends or whatever. But it was fun, and so she did thing here, and I think they too offered her not enough to help them, you know, and she was going to help them, and she was trying to warn them to leave because of the Stone Giants, and she knows where the Stone Giants are. So that was a fun little, you know, that was a fun thing for them too. And that really, to me, like really gives it the Dungeons and Dragons feel to this thing. So I really enjoyed that. Okay. Oh my gosh. Here we are moving on. Wow. Look at that. Rime of the Frost Maiden, folks. You've been watching my videos on Rime of the Frost Maiden, and I didn't even put two and two together. I didn't even know this was in here. And there's a whole, and it's great about those guys that they keep all these things together. I mean, of course they should, but it's great. I didn't even put two and two together. And look, I am not a Faerun or what's it called, Forgotten Realms or anything. I'm not at like a, you know, I didn't like study it or anything. So, and again, I'm originally a homebrew dude, so this is all kind of new to me. Yeah, that's how monumentally naive I am. Anyway, so I'm totally excited. Like, when I read this, like, oh, they are in here. Well, of course he'd be in here. But anyway, so there's Avaraturex. I don't know. I can pull up Ryan Frost Rain and look at the. I appreciate the pronunciation things. Arvia Turax is in here, but also I'm gonna go ahead and skip over to Arathator, her husbandy thing, her mate, Arathator. So these two are in Storm King's Thunder, and they're both ancient white dragons, and they're near the Frost Giants in the Sea of Moving Ice. That's crazy. Right here. And yeah, look, they're right next to Eisendraug and Creovane, which are taken by the Frost Giants. That is freaking crazy. And he's got his own glacier or iceberg he lives on, Arathator, and Aravatarax, I don't know, or whatever her name is, Aravataraxi. She's got some stuff too. And Arathator, by the way, is in Rise of Tiamat. He's got a whole section in there about his lair, and he enslaved some people. Now, in the story, though, he can... let's just say that obviously the Rise of Tiamat has happened and ended. So Arathator could have fled and then healed up and then returned to the iceberg and reclaimed it and gotten the slaves, the barbarians, and you know, blah blah blah, and basically restarted the whole layer thing. So if you wanted to use that, you could just grab the Rise of Tiamat one and use that if you didn't play that one out or whatever. That's interesting. Get back to here. Okay, so where are we at here? Arvataraxia. So that's fascinating to me. I was like, wow. I mean, these are ancient dragons. They got some interesting stuff going on with them. I don't know if you want to put that in or not, but could. Clouth. Now, Clouth, I played Clouth, man. Especially, you know, the airship and all that. And I used it after they completed Hill Giant, Stone Giant. And then after Stone Giant, they needed to go to the Frost Giants, right? So I that's how I put that in there. Because the airship lands down here where they are, I think. Oh yeah, near Loudwater actually. It lands here and then takes them up to the Frost Giants because he wants them to fight the Frost Giants because that's where he lives and he hates Frost Giants. Whoa, there he is too. Boom, 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 boom. That's my token. Boom, and they loved it, man. They were scared of him. I'm trying to move him in here. They were scared of Clouth, and it was awesome. That was a great feeling as a DM to scare your players. So they had the airship here, and then, you know, after they did And he said, I'll give you a deal, or whatever. You can't refuse, So they went up to do the Frost Giants, and then they met him here and dealt with him, and that was like on chapter. If you want to watch that, chapter 36 or 37, it says in the title there, Clouth, and that they dealt with. They had the denouement, or the whatever, after the post victory of the Frost Giants. They tried to fly over Clouth and Vale and give him a gift, and say, "Hey, we did your job. Hope everything's okay." And then of course he attacks them. It was awesome. You should watch that one. Selling myself here. Okay, so but Clouthen is great. I love the whole Clouthen story. The old snarl, dread overlord, the red worm. So that one was a lot of fun. Is a lot of fun. What is a lot of fun? Okay, and okay. All right, let's go to the next one. Clawyr, old gnawbone. Okay, so that's an ancient female green dragon. Now, like I said, Chazlith here tells them to go to her, and so they might go to her. So she, that's funny. She has a habit of having a dangling corpse in her bone in her mouth while she's talking or hanging out or whatever. I guess you're being kind of like a witchy version of an old ancient dragon. She's not too into like defeating anybody, but she'll give them a poison breath and then fly off. And if they want to go chase her to her lair, then maybe she'll fight them to the death. But other than that, and she does tell them about the Eye of the Allfather, which I didn't use the Eye of the Allfather, by the way, but she tells them about that. She has crystal balls, so she obviously very witchy like. I would play her like a hag. Yeah, again. But I would, if I did play her, which I didn't, but if I did, I would definitely have her give them information and go help fight the dragons or giants. And she is right here, right in the Crypt Garden Forest, right there. Okay, who else? So I did the ancient white dragons, White Death. You hear that? All right, enslaved white dragon wormling. I just put this in here, not part of really a story. He's just a little pet of one of the barbarian great chiefs who goes to the Eye of the Allfather. I guess you're supposed to encounter him at the beginning as they're trying to break in and steal stuff or whatever. Or whatever. And so there's a little bit of extra bit of story there, but nothing I used but I just included it in case you are into wormlings. I don't know. Imrath. Okay, Imrath now, obviously the blue worm, the instigator of this whole Storm King's Thunder thing. So I just put her here because I found her in this order. She appears first in the chapter 4 of the Chosen Path, Eye of the Allfather, if you want to do that. And then of course she resides in the Doom of the Desert, but she also resides. I didn't put her. She's in the Storm King's Thunder chapter as well. The storm, the lair of the storm giants. I didn't put, but she's in there. So I'll probably update that in a minute. But and of course the finale, the Doom of the Desert. So I don't need to say that much about her. She is what she is. All right, newly hatched white wormlings. In case you're in the wormlings, this is at the Frost Giant lair, and that's from the eggs, and the Frost Giants are holding it. There's a no-name young green dragon that attacks the airship and repeatedly wants to attack it and take the airship, and is very greedy for it. I'm assuming that one probably comes from Old Gnawbone, and that one could be flying anywhere because depending on where you have the airship. So I just put a young green right here. And there's also Dalianar, the young silver, which green dragon. Here's my green dragon. Oh yeah. So this is it's a paper mini. Oh, these are on my Patreon, by the way, as a paper minis. Very big, like full page printouts. You got to fold the whole paper and get this big old dragon, or they can be tokens too for Roll20. But this is the way I do it too. I do it this flat way, not top down. Anyway, so that's my green dragon token, and there's the young green dragon. So Dalianar, the young silver dragon, I played. It was fun on the airship. She came, and again, I don't like to do random stuff. I like to just pick an encounter. I don't generally do random encounters like roll or anything. I wanted them to meet Dalianar, so I had her come to the airship at one point, and it was fun. They got information out of her, like plot points or whatever. That was good and enjoyable. It was hilarious. They did a treasure sale too for more information, and it says in the book she doesn't know much, but I just had her know stuff because Silver Dragon, I figured, pretty smart. So Isendraug and Cryovane, the two white adult dragons that are the Frost Giants have. Those are there, and on the map they're obviously up here at the top in the Frost Giant area. Okay, now. This is kind of what I'm excited about. Feligalos is the adult male bronze dragon, and the first mention of him is in the Chapter 9, Castle of the Cloud Giants. Okay, now I wish I would have prepared this a little better. And so just a little bit left there. He he's being tortured and kept by the cloud giants, but he's hilarious. He's clumsy, silly, the flying misfortune. I really should have emphasized this guy. I really wish I would have put this together more early on. But I had other things I was focusing on and enjoying. But I just want to let you know about this. That he disguises himself as a ruddy-skinned, curly, bronze-haired halfling or young lad. But I would pick the halfling. Kind of funny. He is an enemy of the Black Network. Enemy. He attacks their caravans and their parties and their groups along the roads and takes their stuff and destroys them all. So he must have like bachelor pads in his caves of just wagons, just caravan stuff, just everywhere, like loot and treasure. And check this out. Feligalos is an adult male bronze dragon. Well, Zyra is an adult female bronze dragon. She works for the Black Network. He hates the Black Network. Star-crossed lovers! This is like a romance story, man. This could I don't know if you guys are into that, but you could totally make this like this love-hate romance story that builds from the very beginning, man. Oh my gosh. Or somewhere in there, throw these in there, man. And they're like going, oh my gosh. I mean, geez, this is hilarious and cool. Why is he doing it? Why is he destroying all of them? Why is she supporting them? What's going on there? You get what you dig? You following me? This is like, oh, when I read this, I was like, wait a minute. I was like, man, this is a missed opportunity. So I'm just letting you know, you guys got to do something with this, man. You got to Feligalos and Zyra have got to be, dun, 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 they got to be like something going on with them two, man. And I would have him encounter them, like the little halfling, the little, bronze haired. Oh my God. Another delivery. Okay, whew, dog. Like I said, man, so he's a little halfling. You got to have him encounter them early on, like a rogue. What am I? Hi, I just see him like at the party. Hello there. And then behind him are 6 dead Zentarum mercenaries. Oh, them. Oh, I got lucky. I'm a halfling, You know what I mean? Like he could be this character that helps them, or they go. You know what I mean? Like this is like cool. The Feligalos and Zyra, man. You can really make a fun, hilarious thing there. So that's what I'm saying. I wish I would have made this list of all these dragons early on and really brought them in at different times. I mean, I used quite a few of them for sure. And that's a fun thing about this Storm King's Thunder Giant campaign is there's so many dragons in it, so it's really cool. I really like the way there's this list of tons of dragons that could be utilized in the game. And so it really does feel like Dungeons and Dragons and it should be called Dungeons and Dragons and Giants because it's really like, that's what we love, or that's what I love anyway. So please, copy this down. Again, if you would like to support me, I really want to do more of this kind of stuff to help you, enrich your campaigns. And I just need the support to do it. But anyway, so this is Dragons in Storm King's Thunder. I hope this is going to help you and give you some fun storylines and narratives and to bring into the game and for your players. And yeah, dragons, man. This is really cool.